the time that we've got left, I just want to take a moment just to ask our panelists for their final thoughts, their closing statements here. Lauren, we turned things over to yourself at the very beginning of this presentation. I was just wondering if you wanted to be the first to close us out with a few of your closing remarks today.
Sure, happy to. I think when we think about everything that we learned from the pandemic, and more broadly 2020, because there were multiple pandemics, not just COVID. I think that what we are seeing playing out in executive compensation is that companies are starting to take a more holistic look at what it means to be to be part of a community, to be part of something bigger than just the shareholders. And of course, shareholder returns are very, very important. I'm not saying it's not, but there are also other things that are important. And we see that with the increased usage of ESG metrics, other non-financial measurement, and companies taking a more holistic review of their performance. But if you do that, disclosure is key and important, because without it, it's hard to tell your story and to get your story out there to your shareholders.
Thank you so much. Natalie, some final thoughts from yourself as well, please.
Yeah, I guess I'll just go back to my earlier comment on not making any knee-jerk reactions. So we're seeing how everything's playing out with COVID, and if a company thinks it should make any changes to its compensation program based on things that aren't working, it should definitely go ahead and do so, but making sure to take the time to think through all the considerations and all the implications of what the different changes would be, or if there's any one-off awards, thinking through the considerations and implications of that as well, just to make sure that nothing's being done in the moment in a reaction to something that hasn't been fully fleshed out. So just to make sure that everything's being done in the context of what's right for the business going forward.
Thank you so much for that, Natalie. And Rami, some final thoughts from yourself before we close things out this afternoon.
Sure, thank you. Maybe to add to Natalie's avoiding knee-jerk reaction point, I'm sure that companies discovered in the past 18 months that there are certain questions that they didn't necessarily have the right information on hand to answer immediately. And while they're able to eventually get that information, it probably did underscore that there are certain pieces of information or certain analyses that might be best brought forward to committees so that they're prepared for various types of situations, regardless of when they may occur. And just having that constant, well, maybe not constant, but regular planning and making sure that we're asking the right questions and thinking about the types of information that can be brought to bear to ensure thoughtful planning and decision-making, in general, a best practice, and probably one that was reinforced over the past 18 months.